Hello, welcome to another episode. It's a great day in Long Beach, California, and we're going to be doing a couple projects today. First one is going to be an overgrown lawn kind of situation where we're going to be cutting it down and getting it back into shape, and we'll take care of that project and then some other projects as well, looks like. So we'll get back to you in just a moment. All right, so we're here at the next property. Um, we're going to be just doing some light trimming here. Uh, this is the property here. We got this grass that's growing along here. We're going to cut that back. This is decomposed granite, and usually it doesn't have all this grass, but it hasn't been very well maintained or prepared properly. So now you have all this grass growing through, and it's been let go. So the only real way that once this happened is to cut it back, let it grow up a little bit, and then spray kill it. It's about the only thing we can do. But we're going to be trimming this stuff back, get it down as low as we can. We're going to trim this bush a little bit, trim this bush a little bit. This stuff, she wants it trained to go through the fence, so we're going to train it a little bit. And then in the other side, we got this stuff to trim, cut back. And this bush here, it's gone to seed, but it's still good, even though it looks brown and dead. It's just gone to seed, and so what we can do is we can just cut it back, cut it down to here, and this new growth will pop out and spring up new. This is just gone to seed, so then we'll just cut this and take this away. All right, so we're gonna get to it here. So get back to work. Okay, there you have it, all done, and got this all grass cleaned up, bushes trimmed, and we also got this area over here cleaned up, and we took care of this alley area too. It was just a little bit overgrown. Trimmed these guys a little bit here, and um, we got yeah, everything's all ship shape now. Got a lot of the grass off of here. You kind of cut it back. There's not a whole lot we can do with this. We're gonna maybe spray kill it. Trim this bush and trim that over there. It looks kind of rangy right now. This right here, but it'll grow back and have this new leaf stuff come in. It'll look nice. All right, well that's it for now, and we're gonna go to our next location. Okay, so we're here at our next project, and today this project is going to be fixing a valve. As you can see, the lowest sprinkler here is leaking water out. When it's doing that, when the sprinklers are leaking water out constantly, very slowly, little bits, that means there's a valve that is partially open, usually due to the valve has seals in it, and the seals go bad eventually. And so this is the problem over here. We believe it's this sprinkler, or this valve rather. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this valve on manually because it's hooked up to these wires. But these wires go through here and they go into here, and then the valve, or rather the timer, doesn't have this hookup. So we don't know where this goes, and it needs to be rewired. But until we rewire it, we want this to work so that it doesn't spew water out and cause a tripping hazard, sliding hazard. So we're going to turn this on and see what happens. This right here is called the bleeder valve, and you can turn this on. Slightly get it going. Once you hear it pop, don't want to go too far. Ah, I hear it. Let's see what that's doing. So that is not it. We want those sprinklers to be on, not those ones. Alright, try a different valve. So we turn that off. Sprinkler should go off. So this one doesn't have a bleeder valve. It has this this lever right here. You just turn this. There it goes. Let's see if that does it. Well, that's watering that over there. And along here. It's still not it. Alright. So we'll try the next one. Got a nice little fountain going on over there. Oh, and it smells lovely. Old water in there. Okay, got that off. Now we'll try this one. I think I hear something. Doesn't work. Nothing. What's that doing? Something went off. This one might have been turned off. I think I gotta. So this right here, this valve turns the pressure up and down. So I think this has been turned all the way down. So we're gonna have to turn that back up in order to get those sprinklers working. Okay, so we're gonna turn this on. Now should work. Oh, I hear something. Yep, that's it. So that's the valve that needs to be replaced. Alright, so we're going to go back over here, turn this off. Sometimes when you use the bleeder bolt, the water won't turn off. But luckily it's going to turn off this time. So if you notice, there's this is probably the shutoff valve for it. I believe it is. So we'll test that. So we'll turn this on. And then we'll shut it off, see if that shuts it off. Yep, that shut it off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and replace this valve, this whole piece here. And so let's get to work. Get to work. Okay, so we're going to be replacing this valve here. We got some tools. Got to have to dig it out a little bit because there's no space to really work in here. So we're going to have to dig that out a little bit. So we got a new valve here. And we're going to put that guy right where that goes. So let's do a little digging and make it work. Great. So that's a bad place to put the wire. Usually the wire is over on this side, because you don't want the wire around your piping. You want it over here. So we'll have to replace that. Alright, so now we're just going to cut this right off as high as we can. We always start on this side. So we got some excess glue right here. We're going to have to scrape that off because it'll interfere with putting the coupler on there. So we'll have to scrape that off a little bit. Alright, then we're just going to take some rough sandpaper, kind of sand the edge so that it's a little bit smoother and not raised. That way when the glue goes, when the coupler goes on, the glue doesn't just get pushed off to the edges, but it'll mold around it better. I'm going to go ahead and sand the sides a little bit so it gets a really good grip on it. And then it'll make it, we'll be able to put the power, or we'll be able to put the water pressure back on quicker because it'll hold a little bit better if there's some rough edge to it. Otherwise we'd have to wait like 30 minutes. This way we only have to wait like 10 or 15. So luckily there's a little bit of water coming out, so that's good because we're going to push it out. That way any gunk plastic that got in there, it comes right out and clears that so it doesn't get into the valve. Clean this off a little. Alright, let's take a look back from here. So instead of putting tape around this or the pipe dope, we're just going to glue them right on. Because if it breaks, you're going to have to cut, you're just going to throw this valve away anyway, so it's a lot simpler to just cut it off and put on a new one like we did with the other one. Don't need a whole lot of glue, just enough to fill in the gaps of it. Then you got to put it on very quickly because it'll freeze up on you quick. So we're also going to sand the inside of this one. So those are about even. So it'll make it easier to pop on there. So if you can see, it's a little bit short, a little bit too wide for us. So we could either put a couple of angles like this, or we could just dig out these two areas on the sides here, and then just push it in. So we're just gonna dig out this inside and push this pipe in a little bit so we can make it easier, a better match. All right, well that'll work. So when you do this, you want to make sure that the water flowing out is going with the arrow when you put these valves in. So this is going to go this way. The main line is coming along here, and this is where the water is coming up, and it goes over and then goes out once this turns it on. We're going to go ahead and turn this. We're going to go ahead and turn this on, so that there'll be no, the pressure won't build up on it. When this water starts to rise up, it'll put pressure in here and make it want to pop off. So we turn it on so that if the pressure does go up, it doesn't force this thing to pop up. And put about an inch of glue. All right, there she is. All right, so we can put the valve away. Next time we come, we'll hook up these wires to it, even though it's not even hooked up at the other end. All right. Wait a few more minutes and turn the main line on that'll run the water into these valves. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes since we replaced this valve. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that it's on, and then we're gonna turn the water on because we don't want air pressure to be stuck in here. So that's why we're turning it on, and then we're gonna turn the water on slowly. Slowly. No leaks. That's good. Okay, now we can turn this off. Bring it to full pressure. No leaks. That's normal for it to do that. It just, the excess water that's in the pipe just pops out. So we got no leaks. Maybe I shouldn't have packed this in before I tested it. Looks all good. No leakies? It's bueno. No leaks. Okay, so this is all complete and done. That's it for today, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for showing up. We'll see you next time.